Alright, YouTube, first thing you're going to look for is item number 707592. Ford Focus, Explorer, and other ignition kit. Strike Tech. I got this one here for $40 with free shipping. What the kit's going to include is the basic tumbler part that the key goes into, the very first part, you know. The inside of that, which is this part here, the key goes into that. That's where all your wafers go, it seems. A little bottle of squeeze lubrication, some sort of retaining ring that's going to go on the back of this guy, I believe. Hopefully you can see small springs that are going inside this part somehow, like that. And then 5 different wafer type thicknesses, and you get some nice good instructions that come with yours. Here's a nice diagram. I'm going to work with that, see how that goes. And so I'm going to do a very nice little tutorial showing you how to do it. Here we go. Alright, YouTube, I pretty much got it figured out here, what's going on. This camera doesn't zoom in worth a crap, so if you can't see, what you've got here is 8 slots that or 7 or 8 slots, I can't remember, and they look a bit like this. And the way it works is your spring, which I already have in there, right there, your spring goes in the round hole right there, and then these little wafers are going to go in it like that, where the little tang is going to press down on the spring, pretty much like this. So you have your wafer, you have your spring, and you're going to just slide it in there like a key, like that, okay? Wiggle it and get it pressed down in there all the way, just like that. Now, to begin with, to figure out which ones you need, don't use the springs, just play with the wafers. And so you got your wafer in here like this. You take your key, and you slide it in, you see your wafer, what it does. Now the key is totally bottomed out, so look at your wafer and it is completely flush with that. So you know that is the correct wafer. Now if I were to use an incorrect wafer, we'll put one here. Okay. So you push it in. Alright. Now this is it. Pressed all the way down. You can see it's sticking out a little bit. And up top, it's not even coming in. So, and see the spring is supposed to hold it up a little bit, but you can totally see that is the incorrect wafer. Okay, so you just want to do that for all of them. Find out which ones you need. So I'm going to do a little test run here with just this first wafer to show you how this thing works. We got our wafer in there with a spring, and we have our cylinder here. And if you look at the cylinder, there's 3 notches. There's 3 channels down the length of this tumbler here, or whatever, cylinder. And if you look on the end of your wafer holder, there's a notch right there. And that notch lines up with that small notch right there. There's only one way. I mean, it can kind of go in that way, but that's the incorrect way. So you want it to go in the small notch right there, like that. Okay? And so you're going to have several wafers in there, and then you're going to have to, when you get to it like that, you have to kind of press it down. Let's get a good shot. Press it down in there to make it slide in. Okay? And now this part here, the center part, can turn. If you pull this part out, this part can turn, you see? And see, there's a piece in there that needs to line up with this piece to get it to go down all the way. Otherwise it just kind of stops. So once it's lined up correctly, it'll go down flush like that. And then you rotate it until you hear it lock in. when it has more wafers, it'll be more noticeable. But now it is completely locked in. You can't remove it. And to test your key, put your key in, and then turn it. Okay, you can see in there, hopefully on the video, the little wafers. See it move? Flush, turn, pull your key out. Okay, and when you do that and you test it, you want to get the center part back out. You have to turn it like that until it just kind of pops out, and you can just pull it on out like that. Alright, so I'm going to get all the wafers in and get them all lined up. Alrighty, now we got all the wafers in and they all match up. You have to kind of assist them a little bit to get them down. That's them all the way down. They're nice and flush like that. So we're going to take and put them for a key. Insert it into there. I'm going to help all the little wafers get in there. Okay, like that. Turn it. Listen. Locks in. Test it with your key. Ta-da! There we go. You have to keep pressure on it or else it just... There we go. Yeah, you have to keep pressure. You have to keep pressure right here. Okay. So now we're going to lubricate it a little bit. Find out where. I have to read the instructions. Okay, a little side note. Once you put it all in there, you cannot get it back out by just turning it all the way and then trying to push it out like that. I cannot get it out. So do not do that unless you're ready to put it together. Basically, you want to grease the inside where the wafers are, and then the inside where the little black actuator it's called or something. I don't know. Anyways, you put it in there and you grease it all up, and it's kind of hard to turn for some reason. I wish I could take it back apart. Okay, correction. If you do put it in there when it's full, there is a way to get it out. It takes a little bit of lock picking skills to do it. You take and insert your key just the very tip of it to get some sort of pressure on it, and use a real thin tool. Maybe a small screwdriver. And what we're going to do is put some, like you're going to try and turn the key. Use your lock picking skills and press down the little pins. You have to make sure you have plenty of pressure. Make sure you're turning it the right way. That way, use your lock picking skills. Press down the little pins. And once they're all pressed down, you can twist it and pull it back out. There we go. Hope you could see that. Okay, YouTube, another new side note. I think this key is just worn or something, and even with the new wafers, in this thing, it just wasn't actuating perfectly. It was kind of grinding, binding, just kind of almost doing what it was doing in the car right now. And this is a new piece. So what I did is I noticed the wafers, they still just weren't perfect. They were still catching just a little bit. So what I did is just you just put the key in the cylinder like this and just go to a grinder. You can do it with a file. I just did it with a grinder. Just grind those wafers really smooth on there. Okay, and so now they're perfectly flush. So don't go too deep. Don't do it. Don't do it overkill. When you do it, it's probably it's probably going to kind of bend the metal and make all the wafers kind of stick down. And it's not going to be able to flow and move like it's doing right now. So just use a pocket knife, and you can press these down, scratch in, clean it up. Clean it up is what you're doing. Once the wafer comes up, you want to clean off the wafer, any burrs or anything like that, so that it just moves nice and fluid and springy. So now when I put it into the cylinder, mash all your wafers down, get it in there, get it in, come on, lock it like this. You insert your key and it turns flawlessly. It It's nice and easy. There's no, it's just like it's supposed to be. Okay, there we go. Now let's move on to trying to get it out of the car and see how all that works, okay? Like a rhinestone cowboy. Alright, so here's the original key. This is what it's doing. You take and insert the key into it, and it just will not turn. It's not the steering wheel locked into it. There we go. You just have to jiggle it and wiggle it and hit it and all kinds of crap. There we go. And then you can start your car. Like that. Okay, because Ford is awesome, you can put away your normal screwdriver and go get your Torx bit, and put it on your ratchet. There are 2 screws, one here and one on the other side. I'm going to take those loose, apparently. There are 2 little retaining snaps that need to be pressed right here to get this. Okay, first thing to do, take your wheel, turn it to the side where the upper part is going to the side. You're going to look in here, you're going to see a small hole, which is where the retaining pin locks into from the cylinder. There, right there. Okay, so we've got our key to accessory. Radio was on. Okay. What I've got here, you can probably use a Allen wrench, now that I think about it. Just a small rod bent into a shape. You're going to put pressure, pulling and wiggling on the cylinder. It's pretty simple, really. I did it one time, just to try and figure out how to get it. You're going to get your little Allen wrench thing in the hole, and then you're going to press it down. Wiggling this guy around. You gotta press that pin down to get it to come out. There we go. Alright, so you can see here, there's the little pin that we're trying to depress down. I did it backwards. I did it with my right hand, and my right hand is stronger. I guess I could get a better angle on it. But there's our cylinder, just like what we're about to replace. So what I want to do is I want to dissect it and figure out why is it not turning well. And it seems to turn well in here, like that. So why? Alright, so what we've got here is the new little cylinder, and I think all you do is just pop it right in there, make sure the notches are aligned, make sure that tang is going where the retaining pin needs to go. Okay. I turned this too far to make sure that's lined up. The inside there. Like that. There we go. Turns on and turns off. The car crank up. The car cranks up. Undo it. Push it back in. Cranks up. Fine and dandy. Nice and smooth actuation. Most importantly, the car cranks up. Now, if I just barely put it in there, like with a screwdriver or something, it's not doing it, so that's good. All seems to be good. We'll just put this piece of crap plastic back in here like that, and you're good to go. That'll be let's see here, that'll be $250, maybe $300. We'll make it $300. Yeah, make it $300 to replace that little guy. Yeah. Thank you, Ford. No, thank you. I'd like to show you, YouTube, the one that came out of it. It's a completely different design. Completely different. I have no idea why it is so different, but completely different. So, there we go. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Be sure and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next Ford Focus repair. I replaced the ignition coil earlier. You can look for that video within my videos. And thank you for watching. Just to let you know, I did call the Ford dealership on Lawrence Road, Greenville, South Carolina, and I asked them, could you give me a quote on replacing the ignition tumbler, the ignition, tumbler or whatever, for Ford Focus 2003, ZX3 model, whatever. Oh yeah, let's see here. That'd be about 250 to 300. Wow. Okay, that took me. What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? 12:22. I started at 10:30. Talked to my dad for about 30 minutes on the phone. Played around with it, learned about it, and got it done. So let's say I started at 11. It's now 12:22, and I did it on my own. Paid $40 for the part, free shipping, and it's done. It works fine. And it would have went a lot faster if I actually knew what I was doing. If there was a nice little video on YouTube that shows you how to do it instead of a little picture slideshow piece of crap. But it takes like 2 minutes to get the wafer design going. It's real simple. If you understand how to take apart, pop out the original thing, it takes like 2 minutes. Pop it out, pop the next one in, pop the plastic panel back up, and you're done. It's really simple. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned. I hope you feel confident in doing this yourself, and because this is a very common problem apparently on pieces of crap Ford Focuses. So I hope this fixes it up for you, and I hope you watch more of my videos. I hope you have a good day. I'm going to go try and do something else now.